In this video, traders, I want to talk about how self-control can unlock your day trading. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Thanks so much for joining me. Okay, so I think as a day trader, right, we have a really good possible edge. As in, we can see the nuances of supply and demand, and when we get good at that skill and that tactical ability, we can see the shift and we can position for the shift. And it's something that swing traders can't ultimately do because they have to wait until the end of the day or whatever it may be. And I'm generalizing a little bit, but you get the point. The idea is that day traders, we can see that shift, and we've got some of these patterns that identify the shift, whether we're kind of trading momentum ignition, mean reversion, whatever it may be. And that gives us the ability to jump on these moves and gives us, I think, generally speaking, not always, this is generalizing, you've got the chance as a day trader to make a good arm multiple on your trades. Because if you spot that supply demand shift at the right point in time and you can get the size on, you can incrementally increase the size, all of a sudden that can become a very good trade. Now, is that going to happen all the time? Of course not, but it's one of those things that is worth pursuing as a day trader, and why we do day trade, right? It's why you day trade. You do it because you think, hey, if I get this right, I can do some really good, put some really good numbers on the board, compared to maybe waiting for a period of time for swing trading. And there's nothing wrong with swing trading, but I think that day trading just maybe gives you that extra little ability. But here's the big but, because of course, you know, this is what life is like, guys, yin yang and all this kind of stuff. The downside is that you have to have absolutely impeccable discipline and self-control to be a day trader. You know, the edge is there. Many times I see traders who are very, very good. They're very, very good at spotting turning points, very, very good at spotting the structure, and they're getting highs and lows and just beautiful entries, but then throw it away because they haven't got the self-control to wait for that trade. They haven't got the self-control to stand back when things aren't right. They haven't got the self-control to not take that substandard trade. And so if you think about that in your trading and say, hey, look back and go, right, just look, if I hadn't have taken the worst trades, and this is sometimes, you know, perhaps you could say, well, we're oversimplifying this, but there are going to be some trades that you could probably eliminate by increasing your self-control. Some impulsive trades that you take after a stop out, that first morning trade that maybe you should have waited for, that little early trigger that you I should have waited for a little bit long. Now, got to be careful we don't put hindsight bias too much on this, but there's going to be some trades that you know are just your impulsive trades, right? You're just breaking a rule, you're doing this. And when you look at those and say, hey, if I didn't have those trades, where would I be? Not only would that affect your bottom line just by stripping those out, but also you'd be also ready to catch and be more aggressive on the right trades. It has a double benefit. By getting rid of that stuff, you then put the opportunity cost and time into other stuff, and you'll tend to also then not ruin a day, not get into a negative emotional state quickly because you're taking these trades. So it has a really, really positive impact on your trading when you eliminate these impulsive trades that are kind of not really part of your plan, just a bit of a win, bit of a gamble, bit of this. You know, that's such a good impact if you can eliminate them from a P&L perspective, from a mindset perspective, etc. And so what's the key to this? Obviously, this is a big topic, the discipline, rule breaking and stuff like that. And you know, we go into this a lot of topics, and I've talked about this a lot on the channel as well. But you know, one thing to just focus on is your self-control. And say, okay, listen, I am losing control of what I want to do in the moment. I see something and click the button. And so you go, right, that's my problem. My problem is X. So I need to be able to really build my discipline and self-control. And self-control is doing stuff that you don't want to do, or you don't want to do in that moment, but you know is going to have a positive impact on your trading. You think about life, there's all stuff in life. You don't want to eat that big apple pie right now because you know, hey, that's just not going to do me any favors later. I can just have a small piece. Or, hey, I'm not going to drink that extra beer or that extra cocktail because even though I really, really want to have that, I've had enough. I need to go home, have a decent sleep so I can enjoy the Sunday or whatever it is. You get the idea, guys. The point is that, you know, that's the key to many things, and in trading is no different. You know, we have that desire to take the trade because you think if you take the trade, I'm going to get a feeling of a quick win. I'm going to feel great. Yeah, I'm going to get green. Yeah, I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel good. And we can talk about focus on P&L and all the other stuff, but that's by the by for now. The point is exercising the self-control to go, no, I might want to do that right this moment, but is this going to be in alignment with where I'm heading as a trader? Is this going to be the best thing for me? Is this going to serve me in my long-term vision of where I am taking this trading business? And if the answer to that is no, then you've got to practice pulling yourself away. No, I'm not going to touch it. No, I'm not going to touch it. No, I might think it's going to go up. I might think it's the best trade ever. I might think it's a quick win. I might think all this stuff, but no. And the more you exercise the self-control, I think it's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the easier it becomes. The easier it becomes for me, with the cold shower thing, which I've been doing now for 18 months plus solidly. I did it on and off before that, but solidly, not missing a day for that period of time. And that is because in the morning, when I've had my shower, I'm like, right, it's time for the cold. Oh, God, I don't want to have the cold shower. I don't want to have the cold shower. Well, just get it done. And it's a stupid thing, and we kind of joke about it a lot. But the reason is to increase that self-control muscle, saying, hey, I want to do this because I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because I'm in control of that inner voice, and I'm in control of, and I'm managing what I want to do, and there is health benefits for it. That's the reason I'm doing, etc. But in that moment, why would I want to get cold? I don't get cold. I want a nice warm shower, and I'm going from that nice warm shower bang to full cold. Everything's screaming at me not to bother doing it. But it's improving that muscle so that in the trading day, you're going, okay, I really want to take the trade. Yeah, it's a easy breakout trade. You go, no. Is that part of the plan? No. Is that what you would take normally? No. Then why are you taking it? Step back, let it go, look for the next cycle, the next rhythm, the next structure. And that's a far better way of doing it. So I'm not saying go out and do the cold shower, guys. We did the cold shower challenge a while ago, and some of you were doing that and you found benefit from it. Maybe you're still doing it now, but it doesn't have to be that per se. It's just exercising that self-control in whatever area you can. And I definitely recommend doing something outside of trading to exercise that. Maybe go on a calorie restriction and say, hey, I'm going to restrict calories for a month. And that self-control of urge to eat, or I'm not going to eat after 8 o'clock at night if we're talking about health and stuff, or I'm going to do something that maybe is, maybe you don't have booze, maybe you don't, whatever it may be, just exercising the self-control to build the muscle and to build the confidence so that in trading, when you have that urge to take the trade, and especially day traders, you go, no, this isn't the trade I want to take. I'll trade when I want to trade. I'm not going to be, my entry is not going to be decided by the market or the whippiness, the volatility, or my emotional state at the time. It's going to be decided by my plan and my process. And you know that if you can dial that in, things change massively. You don't have to suddenly get new setups or new strategies or trade more size or any of this stuff. You know that if those worst chunk of trades were just off the table, that would change things massively. Those impulsive trades, those trades where you've lost the self-control, weren't in that basket of P&L for the month or the quarter, you've been in a far better position. So think about it, guys. Think about that self-control. Take care, guys. See you next one. Bye-bye.